Good afternoon. Welcome to Sydney Harbour for Heats 6 and 7 of the 2026 JJ Giltinan 18ft Skiff World Championship. On behalf of Sail Media, Peter Shipway, welcoming you to a harbour that has got some breeze. It's a second sail breeze. At the moment, it's in the south-southeast at about 15 knots. The puffs are a little bit stronger and the lulls are a little bit lighter. But we've got two races today over the short courses. And we saw some thrilling racing yesterday in that lovely northeasterly conditions of 15 to 18 knots, but we'll review that shortly. But at the moment, we're over in Athelbite waiting for the start. The fleet is starting to come out. It's a bit of cloud around, but there's the breeze not quite as strong as we probably thought when we first came out here. It's dropped away a little bit, but to tell you a little bit more, we say good afternoon to Dolly Davola.
Afternoon, Shippo. Good afternoon, viewers. Yeah, but I agree, Shippo. You know, we had the breezes in the south, and there was quite a bit more breeze earlier. As we were coming out of Double Bay, it looked like it had actually dropped off considerably, but now we're down in Athol. There's some decent waves of breeze coming through. So down the bottom here, we're probably low teens to high teens maybe. I think we're probably maxing out now where we are now, probably about 17 knots maybe. So it's kind of, the bottom end is probably big rig, and there was a couple of boats in the park that as we were leaving were flipping back over on their side, and that would indicate that they might have been thinking about changing. So it'll be interesting to see when everyone gets out here what rigs they have on. I'm expecting the majority to have small rig on. Could be all, but it looked like there was a couple maybe second-guessing themselves. We've got a very small tide on the run in this afternoon. Should be all the way in by the time we finish. Shouldn't have much influence because it's very, very small. Yeah, Shippo, on this course, so Jimmy's going to run us through it, but you know we're going to get real varying breeze across the course as we get up into the bays and behind islands and stuff. So we'll see what we get, and hopefully it hangs in and doesn't continue to drop a bit. But fingers crossed. If yesterday was anything to go on, mate, what an absolutely stunning day of racing we had. And if we get two more of them today, it's going to be absolutely fantastic.
Well, we have two races today, but the first race today, it's not a windward leeward. It's over a short course, and of course I don't think we've ever used before, but to unwind it all for us, Jimmy Bury, good afternoon.
Afternoon, Pete. Afternoon, viewers. Yeah, it is a course we have not used before. To give you an idea, Shippo, they used to use a very similar course in their vintage 18s, but we start down in Athol. They worked their way up to a laid mark at Clark Island, a short little run down to Chowder Bay, to a laid mark, worked their way back up to Shark Island around the Yachting Australia mark, a run down to Athol Bay to a laid mark, worked their way up to Clark Island, and then just a straight little run down to the finish in Athol Bay. And just getting messages through, Shippo, that I don't know we knew this, but the forward hand off Shore Partners New Zealand dislocated his shoulder yesterday lifting the boat in the water, hence why there was a little bit of tension coming off that boat. But
he sailed?
He sailed both races with a dislocated shoulder, and as a bloke that has often dislocated shoulder myself, I know the pain that he would have been in, and it's not a fun thing. But my spies in the park tell me that Eli, the skipper on board, said he only had one job: pull the kite up already. So no mercy for
sympathy.
Him. No, but and I asked, is he sailing today? And he said yes, absolutely. He refuses to be replaced. So
that's Josh.
That's one hell of a tough little bugger there.
Well, we're still about 25 minutes away from the start of the sixth heat of this championship, racing today for the Bill Miller Memorial Trophy. And today's race partner are the Rag and Famish Hotel. And, of course, this series brought to you by the Winning Group. But as Dolly alluded to, two terrific races yesterday. We saw Shore and Partners Australia win the first one, and then a charging pack tried to run down Lazarus in the second race, but they held on and they had a terrific win in the second race yesterday, which was race 5. We might just have a look now at the point score, which is starting to unravel a little bit. There's the top 10. Yandu nicely ahead, 13 points. They had 2 seconds yesterday. Shaw and Partners, they had a first and a 7th yesterday. GC Sales, wow, they had a day and a half. In the first race yesterday, they got 3rd when they were vying for 2nd place, and their spinnaker exploded about 50 metres from the finishing line, and Yandu just got through them to finish in 2nd spot. Black Knight had their best outing. They had a 5th and a 3rd yesterday. They're currently 4th. ASCC, that impressive young team from Auckland, New Zealand, in 6th spot. Rag and Famish Hotel, not a great day yesterday, still 7th. Vycobi, they stubbed their toe, or their foot really, in the second race. 8th overall. Shaw and Partners New Zealand, 9th, and then 6th round out the top 10. But we might now have a word to one of the skippers from yesterday who got the second race victory, and that was Tom Koenig, the skipper of Lazarus. And here's what Tom had to say just before they left the park.
Yesterday in that second race, they were coming hard at you, weren't they? Especially at the finish.
Yeah, no, we were nervous. We had a really similar race 2 years ago, same day, Wednesday, 2-race day. The second race we were winning, and in that race there was 3 laps, and we lost first on the 3rd lap. So thankfully there was only 2 laps yesterday. You know, we clinch it and hold on.
Yeah, well, you got a pretty good start down towards the leeward end, then you went hard left, and then it was, after that, you were always pretty much in control. You took a couple of sterns early, and then away you went. It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, we got lucky. I think he said on the commentary, we sort of got lucky that the boats that were on starboard tack,
yes.
so we had a sort of lane to go back on.
You threaded a bit of a needle there, but got through it.
We did, yeah. Yeah, we were cheering when we saw them tack. It was good.
But Tom, explain to me the jibe to the finish. I mean, you're a long way out. How do you pick that? I mean, you picked it perfectly. I mean, you got 3 blokes on the wire, you're dodging boats, you're in front, you got no one to gauge off. How did you get that so right?
We just gauged it based off where we jibed the previous time. We overcooked it a little bit, so we just probably went 50 metres earlier than that, and that was really good. So,
and is it a team effort? Do all 3 of you talk about, or is it you, or the sheet hand, or the boat hand? How do you work it out?
Well, we were obviously aware that we overcooked the previous jibe point, so I think it was a team effort. We said we'll just go a bit earlier this time, and that's all we did. So yeah, team effort.
Judged to perfection, wasn't it?
It was good. We got lucky. I mean, you never know what the breeze is going to do. But,
well, you don't, but you got it right through the middle. You couldn't have done any better.
No, yeah, we'll take it when we get it. Yeah.
So how have you looked on your regatta so far? I know you had a big disappointment on Sunday, but overall, okay? Or
okay, yeah, we're sailing really well, and I've got lots of confidence in the team. Like we don't feel like we don't need to do anything special to get up to the top 3 or top 5. Yeah. So I think our plan for the next few races is just to keep it simple, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Well, first principles, got to get off that start line well, haven't you?
Yeah,
you do, you're in good shape. Boat speed's good.
Yeah, we didn't in the first race yesterday, which was very frustrating. We thought Hugh, the RO, went to the next start after general recall really quick, and we thought we still had 2 minutes to go when there was basically 1 minute to go. So yeah, anyway, so we were a bit off.
Rather critical.
Yeah, pretty important set that we missed there. But anyway, we're happy to finish on a high, which is nice.
All right, another good breeze today, different direction. What rig are you going for?
We've got the number 2 rig in now, but we're a bit worried that this breeze is going to die. It's right on the cusp now between 1 and 2, so yeah, who knows? We'll have to see. We're probably just going to follow the fleet or follow what Yan do.
Right, yeah, they're a bit slippery, aren't they? They're the boat to beat at the moment.
I know, yeah, slippery is a good term. They just kind of find their way through the fleet. It's annoying.
Anyway, well done. Thrilling race yesterday. Congratulations and keep it up.
Yeah, thanks, Shippo.
Well, there's the Lazarus boys, and full of confidence after yesterday's heat win. But a couple of things to come out of yesterday's race. Overnight, there was a protest held, and Fisher and Pykle was disqualified from the race 4, or the first race yesterday. Windward boat not keeping clear at the start of race 4. So bad luck for Brett Van Munster. And the Americans, we didn't see them in the race 4, first race yesterday. They're webbing at the top of their jib, parted company with the head of the jib and the jib came down, so they made running repairs out on the racetrack. They capsized, they punched a hole in the head of the jib and lashed it back up to the top. And they performed very creditably to make a good repair because they were second to the top mark in the second race. And they were really cock-a-hoop when I spoke to them in the park this morning, how well they were doing in that second race. They finished strongly, and they've absolutely enjoyed their racing out here, and we've enjoyed having them here. They've been terrific performers, and we thank everyone on their live chat as usual. All the suspects are on the live chat. There's the race day partners there, Rag and Famish Hotel. Now, who we got there on the live chat? We'd like to send a cheerio out now to Tim Whitehead from the Ullswater Yacht Club in the Lake District of the UK. Ian Turnbull, who's the skipper of Bar Karate, he's one of their boys, and they've had their moments out here, a crew that have never sailed together. So hello to Tim Whitehead. I know you watch regularly, Tim, and everyone from the Ullswater Yacht Club. Hello to you. Ian Barnard, a regular's back. Warren Fools is there. Graham Long. Scott O'Connor. He's in Fiji, relaxing over there. Gary Leaf. Good afternoon to you, Gary. Bo Junk is there. Greg's son. Sue Hyde is there. Steve Taylor. Belinda Gibson. She is there. Hello to you, Belinda.
Dave Gibson's other half.
Right.
Hello, Belinda.
Trevor Parker. Real 2 gone. Don't know who you are, but good on you. JD, John Davis. Go Away, 2213. And there, that's well named, is he? I don't know. Go Away. Hello to you, Go Away. Olivia Dameron is there. Howdy from Milwaukee. And thank you for your comments, Olivia. Very much appreciated. And Kurt Flint. Julian Hannibus is there. So, again, we thank you all. Angus Roxburgh's there. Haven't heard from Rollo stating the obvious yet, but maybe he'll bounce onto the live chat. Jimin from Dartmouth, Massachusetts. Go Andu, USA. Steve Shaw, long-time listener, first-time caller. Well, hello to you, Steve Shaws. Nice to have you there. Fiona Stanton, greetings from Auckland, New Zealand. Go the Kiwis, especially boys on ASCC. Well, they've done you proud so far.
And g'day to my partner in crime, Scotty, over in Fiji, of course, but that's who I spend all my time in Fiji with, Shippo. But often we've got Mitch Miller calls in from Port Moresby. He is in Sydney at the moment, but he is actually the grandson of Billy Miller, whose trophy we're sailing for today.
That's right. Well, good on you, Mitch. Hope you're enjoying it. It's going to be a good race. We're down at the starting area at Athol, and it's breezes, 13, 14, maybe little puffs are coming through at 15, but it's certainly not extreme conditions by any means. And I think, have we spotted anyone on a big rig?
No, and the couple of boats that I did see tip over again, which one of them was the Black Knight, they do have the small rig in still, so I don't think anyone has changed. And I just wanted to make the point, Shippo, so we pointed out yesterday that after this first race we have today, the discard will come into place after 6 races. And, you mentioned Brett Van Munster getting a DSQ. We've got a number of boats who are carrying DSQs like Shore and Partners New Zealand. Who else did we have? There was a couple that we've had this week, and we've also had Balmain with a did not finish after their inspection port issue yesterday where they were sinking, and we've got a couple of other boats. ASCC are right up there in the hunt, and they're dropping a 19. So the discard's going to make a massive difference to quite a number of boats where Yandu and Shore and Partners Australia, they're both dropping a 7. So, dropping a small number doesn't have as big an effect on their point score as some of those trailing boats are dropping some big numbers. So it's going to be interesting to see how the point score stacks up today after we get a discard in play.
Well, hello to John Vadoa. I'm sorry, John. Apologies. From San Francisco. Go Andu. Peter Jenkins. Is there Patrick Whitmarsh? Let's go Professor Handy, Billy, Sid Vicious and Polish. Well, I'm sure someone knows what that means, but anyway, thank you for making contact.
That's our bar karate team, I'm guessing.
That's right. Someone's thrown it out there. They're going. I'll just see the morning from Belfast. The Happy Days 72. I presume that's Belfast in Ireland. So thank you. Hey from Cronulla. Peter Horwood. Hello to you, Peter. The Yankee Express. So all the regulars and some newcomers there on our live chat. Again, thank you. Start well here on the harbour for race 6. First race today. We've still got about 13 or so minutes to go to a start. Breeze direction a little bit 152 showing there with its south-southeast. The puffs are probably 14 knots and the lulls are down to about 11 knots. A puffy old day, a tricky old day.
Those readings we've got in the top right-hand corner of your screen are off the start boat, and they usually read more than a little bit under. So at the moment it's showing 10 knots, and it's probably a little bit more than 10 knots right now. Yeah. But it is looking very patchy, Shippo, isn't it?
At 140 it's showing, or 15 it's flicking back, so it's in the south-southeast. And at the moment, the skiffs are doing it pretty easy. It's a nice sailing day. There's not too many boats out on the harbour that will interfere. I shouldn't say that, but there's a few huge cruise boats upwind, but hopefully they'll clear the way. So the first leg is up towards Clark Island. Is that right, Jimmy? You've got to refresh me over this course. It's a new course.
Double Bay,
Clark Island.
So we start down here in Athol. They work their way up to Clark Island, run down to Chowder Bay, work their way up to Shark Island, run down to Athol, and work their way back up to Clark Island before returning to the finish here in Athol Bay.
So this is a short course.
Yeah, short course, and they've introduced this shorter course variant, I should say, just to give it a little bit of something more than just windward lewards, like to give a little bit of character to it. And I think it's actually a pretty cool thing that, since they brought it in, we haven't had the opportunity to use it. So
no, I think it's exciting. I think it's great. I mean, the windward lures, well, take it or leave it, I guess, but I think the crews will enjoy this. Its breeze is patchy. It's coming out in puffs out of Double Bay. There's some solid drinkers there.
Yeah, well, that's Scotty from Imagine Signage, who does most of the signage on these skiffs.
He's pumped up, ready to go.
He's double fisting.
He's ready to go. I think he's just handed his beer off to someone else, so he doesn't look so bad.
When has the Kumquat sign gone, Jimmy?
You threatened to sue them.
No, my solicitor said no case to answer, so they can fly that sign. There's
a few people on the old camera cat.
There's the Black Knight. There's John Winning and the original camera cat. Can you believe that? Look at that. How did we ever do that? I don't know. Gee. No, never like that. All those pretty assistants there.
Warwick Rooklin in the starboard cockpit there. Father of Ash.
One of the old commentator drivers for the camera cat back in the day.
Black Knight, the Germans, they're well placed in 4th position on the point score.
And I think Warwick was a runner-up in the JJs in about 97. 87 it would have been. 87, 88 maybe. Runner-up.
You got your facts right, Dole. You haven't been doing too well on your facts.
What's your Eastern Suburbs newspaper?
The Wentworth Courier.
That was it, I believe.
Wentworth Courier. Well, we'll come back to you on that. So the breeze, yes, well, it's steady in direction pretty much at the moment, but a few boats a long way upwind. One of them is 6th. And GC Sails, they've got another spinnaker today after they ripped that spinnaker in spectacular fashion going to the finish in yesterday's first race. They've borrowed believe a red-coloured spinnaker. I think that's what Joel Turner told me.
Uh-huh.
And we'll see that spinnaker once they're going downwind.
And I think Keegan York was just as disappointed as they were because they gave up that spot to Yandu. So they would have dearly loved that second place, and Keegan said that he would have dearly loved to have seen them get it too. Every point counts.
Yeah, well, at the moment, it's Yandu clear ahead of on the points, and Shaw and Partners second, well ahead of the third place. But as you say, with the discard coming in after race 6, that will change things around dramatically on the points table, especially for those boats that have already had a bad performance.
And Shippo, I just noticed again Yandu capsized before the start.
Yeah, what's going on there?
I don't know. I think you need to go have a chat with Herman, probably Saturday morning, and figure it out.
They never capsize, right? Like, hardly ever capsize. They seem to do it before the start every day, this regatta. Maybe they're a bit hot. They're cooling down.
It's like they're trying to put everyone else off, going, oh, they're having a shocker already. Yeah.
Might have dust on their sails. They're just washing it off.
Well, they're up and going. So we're still a little way away from the start of Heat 6.
They're up and going, and gee, the breeze is a long way left off Bradley's Head. They're super high on port tack over there. Anyway.
We're just bearing away, coming back towards the start.
And even these boats just here, Shippo, they're very high on port tack.
So we're saying, the start line, well, it's interesting here. The pins are a fair way back, but...
which is probably good, because to me the breeze has gone a bit left. And the start boat is actually starting to tick around to the left a little as well. Americans just flashing through your screen there in the Andu.
They do everything at speed. There's the Bigfoot, and there's Andu, USA.
Like, full credit to those guys. They flew in last minute. They haven't been on an 18-foot skiff for God knows how long, and they are sailing really, really well. Really well done.
Such cheerful fellows. I mean, even after yesterday's first race, when they didn't finish, in the park after the race, they were gung-ho. They said, oh, man, that is fantastic sailing. That is fantastic, man.
Give us that accent again, Shippo.
No. Only get it once. Only go once.
I'm just looking right up into Double Bay, Shippo, just right off the point. Berlin Bears look like they're heading in with what appears to be a broken vang or something along those lines. The leach is wide open.
All right, well, keep your eye on that, Jimmy, because everyone else is down here.
Well, they wouldn't make the start from where they are.
With 5 minutes. There's the 5 minutes. Okay, so they will miss it. Just point them out to me. Sorry, where are they?
So the yellow place right on the point, they're just to the left of that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got them.
Oh, yeah.
On the seawall.
Yeah.
So they are out, I would say, certainly of the first race today. So we're going to have a look at this start line. It's pins well back. The breeze in the left, so maybe it's not a bad line.
Well, it's just ticked back to the right again. The start boat's flicked back, but the pin end's a long way back, as you pointed out, Shippo. There's a few boats having a look down at that pin end. Someone might even try and pull off a port hander here. So
remembering, it's Heat 6, a short course, but it's not a windward leeward. It's a short course, and I don't like the sign of there's a big cruise boat or motor cruiser
Jackson.
The Jackson's going to line himself right upwind of the starting line with 4 minutes to go.
And that's the biggest charter boat on Sydney Harbour.
And he's not even moving.
Or close to it.
Close to it. Well, that's the boat, Shippo. They fire the cannon off the start of Hobart.
Well, don't blame me. Don't blame me. He's right there. Couldn't be better positioned to be windward of the start line, but, well, hopefully, I don't think he's moving very fast.
That's where I get my hearing check done once a year, when I've got to sit there filming.
When the cannon goes
and they fire the cannon.
Yeah. What's that sign on the back of the boat, though, up there? Does that say Kumquat Cruises on the back of the Jackson? You chartered that one today, Shippo?
He might get a serve. Be careful. There's the 18-footer, Bigfoot from Queensland. They've started well. They've been very good off the start line in most races. Rag and Famish, today's race partner, still going upwind. Got 3 minutes to go. They've got to get their way back. Breeze is up again here, about 14, 15 knots for race 6 of this title. Yandu, the point score leader. Shaw and Partners Australia second. And GC Sales third on the points. But today, another day. And as we say often, it's quite a moving day once this drop comes into play. So that's the starting vessel. There's Shaw and Partners just going upwind. Shaw and Partners Australia, Keegan York.
So the pressure spikes are coming out of the right, more true south, and when it drops, it's going left. So when the pressure's coming through, you want to be on the right to make the most of it on starboard tack, I think.
Coming up to 2 minutes. And where are we all? A lot of boats up to this windward end.
I just saw Shaw and Partners giving chase following Yandu, not letting him out of his
Surprise,
sights.
surprise.
Yeah.
So everyone is here except the Berlin Bears, we believe. I think we've seen most competitors here. We've got just over a minute 40 to run.
So you can see there, Shippo, Shaw and Partners have just
Yes.
parked on top of Yandu.
So game on here. They're the two combatants at the head of the point score list. And we're here at Athol, the beat up towards Clark Island, Double Bay. The big cruise boat is not moving. Oh, there's a capsize right on the start line, Club Marine.
Oh dear, not a good place for it.
I don't know what happened there. She was stacked up on starboard, then just fell over. So they've got only a minute 10 to go. They're going to be a bit of trouble here.
And a bunch of boats down the pin end looking for a port hand start,
Yeah.
Shippo.
One of which is Shaw and Partners New Zealand, Vycobi. Lazarus is down there, and Smeg also.
Balmain.
And Balmain are there. 50 seconds to go. And Shaw and Partners have got themselves the most windward boat here. 40 seconds, then ASCC coming in with Rag and Famish. Oh,
Club Marine
the Club
over
Marine still over. They went over again. They got it up. So they're going to miss the start. Got 30 seconds. They look early at the windward end.
Yeah, they've got a lot of time to wash off. ASCC, they're in real trouble, I think. Still 20 seconds to wash off. They're tacking out. They've been
Yandu
squeezed.
back a little. You can see them back, just starting to rumble. 15 seconds to go. Shaw and Partner New Zealand well advanced at the pin. I think the pin looks okay down there. Oh, Royal Oak, Hugo Stoner.
He's gone.
Okay, we're away. What do we got? There'll be some signal.
Be general.
Yeah, it'd have to be, I think.
Or one horn individual.
No, individual. Well, it's got to be Royal Oak, you'd think.
Most definitely.
Smeg couldn't get a hole. They've come back on port, dipping everyone just about. So we're away, ASCC and Shaw and Partners best at the windward end. Who's gone back? Yeah, Royal Oak has gone back. Anyone else gone back?
Flags down.
Flags down. So it's only Royal Oak was over. The rest are in play. Royal Oak has gone back. So they're now racing legitimately. So we're away, majority on starboard, going into the western side of Bradley's Head. And the breeze about 13 or 14 knots out of the south-southeast. The beat up to Clark Island, heat 6 of the championship. So we...
Tell you what else is on the go, Shippo, is your
The Jackson.
your kumquat cruiser Jackson.
Yeah, he's just sort of
He waited for the
waddling
start gun.
upwind. Anyway, we'll concentrate on the fleet. So ASCC nicely positioned, trying to hold their hide off Shaw and Partners. It's a jamming game there. Yandu, Shaw and Partners and ASCC. Down to leeward is GC Sales. Got a bit of freedom, as have the Black Knight. Okay, Club Marine's up and going. Didn't miss it by that much. And then coming out of the left hand is Balmain, but we'll watch these boats going away on port, out into the middle of the stream. Rag and Famish is there. Gotcha for Life with Vycobi. And a big split already in the fleet. Lazarus, winner of the last race yesterday. He's now tacking right in under Bradley's. He'll have to take a few sterns here, Tom. A 6th is tacked. And up ahead of them, it's the Bigfoot. Starts very well. He has all series. And then behind him is Andu USA. The breeze is streaky here. Some good solid pups of 15 or so. Yandu's still going on starboard. 6 will go across him. Squeeze as up to windward of Yandu. There's GC Sales. There's Lazarus. He's very well positioned. Going one of the first to go out on port from the left-hand group.
Yeah, Bigfoot in good shape, I think.
And the leader of the left-hand group, have a look at that, Andu USA. He's just behind, up to windward of the Bigfoot, on his hip. See him in a moment, perhaps, but that's the Bigfoot. Down to leeward of him is the Black Knight.
And all those boats crossed Yandu and Shore & Partners.
Yeah, it's Yandu.
As will the Kitchen Maker and GC Sales.
Yandu want the left. They're going right into Bradley's. They're taking the stern of Kitchen Maker, the stern of GC Sales. And look who's above them going the same direction. Shore & Partners. So Yandu will tack. Good tack.
Shore & Partners will tack on top of him.
Ah, surprise, surprise.
Setting up, are they? Yep.
There they go.
Not close enough to put a cover on, though.
Look what's coming around the point.
A Mangusta 92.
And there's another one behind them. But anyway, split. Big right-hand group, big left-hand group. And the breeze looks as though, well, what does it look like? It's reasonably steady in direction, I think. It's up and down in speed. And right out to the right is Lazarus. But who we've got there? That's GC Sales, just tacked on by Kobe. So they're ahead of Yandu and Shore & Partners. And the next cross, there's Balmain.
Yeah, the boat's trying to get to the left, Shippo. It looks like the breeze is a bit cleaner over there than over near Clark Island, but there will be a right shift near Clark Island, so we'll see how they come back on starboard, these boats that have gone to the right-hand side.
Okay, well, they're the Americans doing a fine job going up the middle of the track, and they were close with the Bigfoot to lead. And I can see an early contestant for the Kumquat Award. Look at this powerboat just ploughing upwind to the fleet. Anyway, I'll get my blood pressure down, but there's Balmain, handy position. Here's the Bigfoot. He could be close to the lead.
If the Bigfoot can get to a starboard lay line here, he's going to be in very good shape. One tacking in will be a big benefit. There's nice pressure coming out of Double Bay here, Shippo.
Yeah. Trent Neighbour and Elliot Marr with Dave Hayter. And they've got coming into some really nice pressure as they're about to tack. There they go. Maybe should have gone a tickle further.
Go a bit further, yeah.
Just going ahead of Andu. So this could be close to first and second here. Very close. And good breeze now punching out of Double Bay. And the mark right in the middle of Double Bay between the western side of Point Piper and Clark Island.
Quite high up.
So Yandu had to duck the Naval Boy 2, that is, I think.
It is Navy number 2, yeah.
But they're in the mix, Yandu now, and Shore & Partners also. Big group went out to the left. There they are. They haven't done that well. But the middle has paid. That's what Andu has done, and that's what this leader has done, the Bigfoot. So around this mark, they're about 100 metres downwind. They're off to Chowder Bay after this. And the breeze is here at about, it gets fluky always up here at this mark. Dave Hayter showing the way at the moment, carrying the hopes of Brisbane today.
And the Cape Otway is going to be right in the middle of this spinnaker run, isn't it?
Pretty close to it. There's the Cape Otway, and there's Dave Hayter. Now it's getting a bit fluky. It's always very difficult to know how to attack this mark, with the Americans out on their hip off camera. Okay, Bigfoot's coming back. We'll see what has happened here with this intersection. You'll see the Americans in a moment.
Andu might have it, I think.
I think they might. The starboard tack advantage, yes. Bigfoot's He starts to go behind them. Now he's not on a lay, Andu, so he's got 2 more tacks, but he's leading. Stop the race now for America. Can Donald Trump do that? Stop the race, Donald, and Andu will win. So they've split away nicely from that Cape Otway. We'll see that in a moment. Looks as though it's dead on the run.
Yeah, right on the angle.
Okay, now starboard tack advantage goes back to Bigfoot, and they will lead. They're laying. Andu have tack behind them, so Dave Hayter will take them around. Bigfoot leads. It's quite tight in the pack. Also, Yandu have got themselves up to about 3rd or 4th. Okay, Bigfoot around. And off they go to Chowder. Geez, they stepped away from Andu there. Andu, not Yandu, Andu, USA. Oh, Yandu have put Shore and Partners around. Shore and Partners came back at port. Yandu had a go at him. So Andu's around. 2nd. Oh, Shore and Partners, that really chicken winged them up. 6th will be 3rd. Lazarus 4th.
Keegan could sneak a tack in here.
No, he's
not going to do it.
Not take the risk. Yandu 5th. Shore and Partners Australia 6th. Oh, difficult for Balmain coming back on port. Oh, there's Yandu of tack and Balmain of tack. They'll get in there.
Vycobi, Balmain, they could be in trouble for that.
Okay, round they go. Kitchen Maker, Black Knight, Vycobi and Balmain. And it's a tight spinnaker run to Chowder Bay. No one is laying Chowder Bay yet. They're all just lucky to get round Bradley's at the moment.
No spinnaker on Yandu. No, they're just going for it now.
Okay, next is Fisher Paykel, then the Killer Coffee, then Smeg, GC Sails Deep. They're round now. Akarana Eatery, then Rag and Famish, then ASCC. They've got a bit of work to do. Then the Royal Oak. Oh, Gotcha for Life nearly capsized to windward.
Oh, further down course, Bigfoot, they're in trouble. They're going to go in the drink, I think.
They looked as though just off camera at the moment.
They got a big lull and went in backwards.
There they are. They've been run down here, the Bigfoot.
Are they still upright, though,
Yeah, they're still upright. They still are.
Oh, just.
And they're flopping. They don't look steady. Andu looks unsteady also. The Americans are almost into windward.
They're doing exactly what...
Oh, hang on to it, boys. Yeah, they'll save it, I think. Now the Bigfoot's off with a lot of flapping. Lazarus powering through to leeward under good control. 6th in trouble also. And look at Yandu, steady as a rock. Coming into 4th place. Up ahead, just getting round Bradley's is the Bigfoot, but now they're starting to flog their chutes, but not Yandu. Steady as a rock, as I said.
Big header deck coming down here, so as they've come down, the breeze just hit them in the face.
The leader dropping the chute, Lazarus dropping behind them. Andu will drop. Oh no, they're hanging on for the moment. Yandu are dropping behind them. So they're main and jib reaching, but Andu are hanging on to the spinnaker, getting themselves back into the lead. Pull that spinnaker on, they'll be away to the races, but they'll be about 30 degrees low, of course. No, there's still 3 blokes on the wire, just flogging that chute, but round our bow comes the Bigfoot. Oh, Andu in trouble now. I think they've got to drop, they've got to get in and drop, but meanwhile, Lazarus going to go over the top of them. Yeah, Yandu, they've set the chute again. They're away, but don't look under total control. No, they're very, very wobbly. They're going to get passed by Yandu in a moment. But there's the Bigfoot halfway down this run to Chowder, and the breeze is up and down. It's just the angle here. It's not the strength of the wind; it's the angle. But still, Andu hanging on desperately to the spinnaker. And that's Yandu trying to go over the top of them. Main and jib reaching. Now Andu dropping. Get that spinnaker down. They'll hang on to 4th spot. But Yandu now into 3rd spot.
Probably should have got that off 150 metres ago.
Certainly would have helped.
Yeah, there's the Bigfoot. They've done very well here. I'm very lucky to save going in backwards when they went back behind the Cape Otway, but they saved it, and then off they go again.
This is going to be a good beat from Chowder right up to Shark Island in good pressure. Breeze about 14-15.
Mind you, ASCC and SMEG, they went to the weather side of Cape Otway and they got below and straight down into the same line as everyone
place.
else. So
ended up in the same
made no
place.
difference for that fetching up above the
That would
Cape
have
Otway.
hurt. There's Lazarus. What are they doing? Penalty turns, Lazarus. Okay, 360-degree turn.
Only imagine that was something at the top mark.
Well, he can't afford another disqualification. Lazarus, they were disqualified in Heat 2, but meanwhile some spinning is still up. That's Shore Partners Australia. Down to leeward is GC Sales, I think, with that red chute. Yandu have reset behind. Now, nervous ties to the Bigfoot. They've still got about 200 metres to this turning mark at Chowder. Do they set? You can see in the background Yandu flogging the Spinnaker. Yandu still going. Lazarus, no Spinnaker after doing the penalty turn.
Yeah,
Now Bigfoot's going to set.
They can't decide what to do.
No, they've only got about 100 metres, so it'll be a short little run. Oh, there's someone right in on the bricks at
That's at GC
Chowder.
Sales.
GC Sales. Gee, won't want to go further to leeward. He'd be close to the bricks, but look at Yandu. They're powered down, reset, just about to drop. They'll power up to this mark. Well, the breeze is up here, Dol.
Yep.
Best we've seen.
gonna
15,
be nice.
16 knots. Going to be good. Beat back to Shark. But Dave Hayter still leads on the Bigfoot. But up to windward, Vycobi.
They are motoring in.
They've come on a
Deep
really
angle.
good angle. Spinnaker up. They're probably high, if anything.
I was just going to say, it looks like they may have to do it 2 little quick jibes if they can't soak down.
Okay, so Bigfoot. There's a thundering pack coming. They're all very close. Andu's there. Lazarus, Yandu. Down to lures the Black Knight. 6 got himself in the mix. Okay, they're around. Bigfoot's around. Lazarus, after doing the penalty turn, they're around. Andu third. Just around Vycobi. Big spin round. Yandu fifth. Sixth. I think for the first time in the contest they've been sixth. Kitchen Maker, Lockie Steel, handily placed. Then Shore and Partners Australia, then GC Sales, then the Black Knight. Yandu have tacked very quickly to get onto port to clear their air. That's what they like to do, clear air. Next will be, who's the next boat?
Balmain
and Smeg. Then a fair gap to Fisher Paykel and Rag and Famish. So Balmain difficulty getting the Spinnaker down. They'll be next around. They're around. Okay, and then Smeg. So all this first group are close enough, but it's a shorter course, don't forget. Now there's a group coming in, all minus Spinnakers, except one, but they will be led around by Fisher Paykel.
Tell you what, Shippo, not on screen there, but the Manly Fast Ferry has done probably the most courteous thing I've ever seen a ferry driver do in 18-foot racing, and he's gone right into Chowder.
Almost on the beach at Clifton Gardens.
Yeah, so
fantastic.
Well done to the skipper of that
He's the
boat.
gold medal award for this day for drivers on the harbour in powerboats. Well done. Thank you, sir. Fisher Paykel around, then Rag and Famish. They're a bit deep. Then Brisbane 18-footers. And down to leeward the Killer Coffee. Long way to come up. Oh, I tell you, well back, Shore and Partners New Zealand. They're just going around there in the middle there of those 3. Royal Oak, I think going back at the start. Shore and Partners, Killer Coffee at the outside. And Club Marine, after capsizing on the start line, made a good recovery. Next around is Akarana Eatery. And then a few down, drifting down. Ballard Properties, Gotcha for Life, 18-footer Barn Restaurant. There's someone else in there. Is that the Red Hull?
It's Bar Karate.
Bar Karate. And that's all that'll go round, I think, and there's no one else. Ballard Properties will be the last around.
No, you've got the
there's still-
Vikings.
the Vikings, yeah, way back.
And Shore Partners New Zealand is doing penalty turns.
That'll
just to compound their day a little bit.
Had a tough day so far.
Well, you'll note the boats that are doing penalty turns have already had a DSQ, so they're covering their bases because they don't want another one.
Yes, so we're off upwind to Shark Island. We're probably about halfway through this course. There's a Manly ferry coming down from Circular Quay.
Yeah, Jimmy's just pointing out
ASCC is probably in last place.
What have they done?
I don't know what they're doing.
They're about to
They're about to go in
capsize.
the drink.
Capsizing is what they're doing.
Had a spinnaker up, so they've obviously had a problem on that run.
Well, that's
But they
going
were
to...
very high up here, so I don't know whether they misread the course.
Well, their day is, in this race anyway, is done and dusted.
This will be their
ASCC.
discard.
Big time. So we're about halfway up the beat, and it was the Bigfoot.
Nice pressure coming
Queensland
out
that were
of Rose Bay now. Really nice pressure up in Rose Bay.
That's the leaderboard. Bigfoot bags and covers. Lazarus in second, Yandu third, Andu USA 4. It's a pretty tight race at the head of the pack.
And we're about halfway through, so I really hope the Andu boys USA can hang on to a good position in this race. They've been showing glimpses of brilliance and just having a few issues that drop them back in the pack. But we're about halfway through, so not too far to go.
Well, listen, the leading pack have gone up to the middle of the harbour, protecting the middle. No one's really gone out to either side except Yandu.
Lazarus.
And Lazarus have gone hard into the left on Steel Point. Here's Jacob Marks in sixth, going out towards Shark Island, and also going hard in the right of a GC Sails and off camera as the Black Knight, but we're concentrating on sixth, who were at sixth place at the Leeward Mark. Easy to remember where they were. Good breeze now, just about to tack to go back into Rose Bay towards the Vaucluse shore of Nielsen Park. And it's still the Bigfoot, bags and covers that lead. Yandu trying to get into it, but they're about fourth. Andu is crossing Yandu, and Lazarus probably second. Vycobi close to third or fourth. There's Yandu.
Generally, you do come off that shore high on port.
Well, that's where bags and covers, Bigfoot bags and covers have gone. They're right into the shore. That's them right of screen, just about to tack shortly, I would think, because they haven't got much runway left. As long as that powerboat
There's a
stops.
sewing machine in Brookvale that is not working right at this moment. He's glued to his computer. Shout out to Mark Sew, Bigfoot.
Yeah, shout out to Mark.
Yandu crossing sixth quite comfortably. Bigfoot still going. Still seem off the leach of the sail. There he goes now. Just tacked on the shore. He had no more runway left. And the breeze looks left. Look at Lazarus going up in a screamer in the left.
Yeah, big lefty off the shore there.
Yeah, Yandu won't like the sign of that. But they're smoking up the shore there. The Bigfoot, he's holding a nice lead, as is Lazarus. He's hanging in there at second. Probably Vycobi third. Oh no, sixth is going to cross Vycobi. A couple of boats that went out to the right haven't done that well.
Yeah, the Black Knight and GC Sails were right out on the right.
Now Yandu off camera is getting a lift, port tack lift. There he is.
Which he won't want to last for too long because he needs a head of the tack on.
The Bigfoot absolutely percolating along on the shore down there, high left. Lazarus have just hit a little bit of a header. So they've crossed sixth. There's six just coming across their stern by a couple of boat lengths.
And as the boats out of that left side come up further away from the shore,
they start to head.
Yeah.
So Yandu about to tack. They're coming up towards Shark Island. They're trying to look for the right-hand pressure coming down the side of the Shark Island. There's plenty of wind. They've
And
just tacked.
He should get a bit of a right-hand
Yeah.
lift if everything plays.
Looks strong here now. He might have got himself up to second. I think he's going to cross Lazarus
He'll
here.
definitely cross Lazarus, yeah.
So Yandu into second.
I think Yandu might be into first.
They're very close to the lead here. Now, there's been some good sailing. A boat that's quick, but you've got to steer it and put it in the right direction and crew it in the right way, and that's what they've done. The there's Lazarus. They are behind Yandu, and here's the cross. I think Bigfoot is still ahead.
Might just sneak across.
Yeah, poor tack, but no problem.
Or Herman's punching it high to try and put the squeeze on him.
They're right. So, advantage Bigfoot when they come back on starboard, but Yandu's moving pretty quickly. Now, trying to get themselves back in the game, sailing the same course as Yandu as Shaw and Partners Australia, but there's Lazarus. They've gone right into Shark Island.
They've tacked and Bigfoot's tacked out to leeward of them.
So it's
And-
Yandu have tacked to come back, but we'll see them shortly. This is the three lining up here. Bigfoot, Lazarus, there's Yandu. Well, it's close. Yandu will have to take a duck here. Have to take a duck. There they go. And they might... Oh, no, Lazarus will be behind them. So Yandu into second spot. Are they laying? They're high on the left. If they lay, they'll lead.
They'll lay, and they will lead.
They will lay. Great sailing by Herman Winning, Fang Warren and Louis Brake. This boat is going very quickly here. They're around this mark, and they're off down to back to Athol, starting area. Yandu leads, a good lead. Look at that in the last sort of 300 or 400 metres. They've opened up to a lead of about 15 seconds. Bigfoot is second. Tight for third between Lazarus, sixth, and Vycobi. There's Yandu around, and there's the chasing pack. This is Lazarus, third, sixth on a lay.
Good race from six, and Vycobi.
And Vycobi.
Yeah.
Just ahead, Yandu setting the chute.
I was chatting to Pat from Vycobi last night. Man flu.
Ah, pardon
Made it sound like it was terminal.
All
It
right.
was just man flu.
We give you a kiss, Pat. We hope you're all right.
I'll drop him around some concrete pills.
Okay, Yandu around next. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shaw and Partners. Bit of work to do. They're next. Then the kitchen maker Smeg. They've come through very well. Ash Rooklyn. And next will be GC Sales or the Black Knight.
Yeah, well,
So-
GC Sales and the Black Knight both went
Yeah.
hard right over towards Bradley's head, and that
Certainly
was
didn't
not
pay.
the place to go.
Yeah, in this short course, you can't give them too much of a start now. So we go to Athol, back to Clark, and then back to the finish at Athol. So we're well over halfway. And the leaders are on their way back to Athol. Yandu, geez, jumped out to a nice lead. Again, we've said it a lot in this regatta, said it a lot this year.
Black Knights capsized tacking to the top marks, you know.
Compounding their problems,
We can
unfortunately.
confirm that. GC Sales around, then Balmain will be next. Oh dear, for Black Knight. They didn't need that. Now all these boats are high. Trying to get down, but it's a bit awkward at the moment. All being lifted.
In this short course racing, you know, mistakes and capsizes are just punished badly
Yeah.
because there's no recovery, no time to get back.
So all these boats bow up except Yandu, who's ridden a great puff down there, which will increase his lead even further. Great battle for the minor placings. Really getting down here is Shaw and Partners Australia. He's got himself right up into this leading group for the minor placings. There's Smeg and Kitchenmaker just back a little bit.
But close enough for the minor places, but Yandu just galloped away. They've ridden that puff down. See them away. If you can't see them yet, there's the leaderboard. Yandu, Lazarus still second.
Well, this chasing pack's been dueling with each other and forcing each other around, and that's just letting Yandu escape sail the course that they want to.
Taking each other up. And that's Yandu in the distance, lower than anyone. It's now getting bow up.
Yeah, we saw Bigfoot roll over Andu, and then Keegan York and Shore and Partners roll over the Bigfoot. They just created problems for each other.
Shore and Partners now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
The Vycobi up into 3rd.
Yep.
So Pat, stay in your sick bed, stay away. Boys are on the roll.
Yeah, Yandu jibe. So they're still about 300 or 400 metres downwind of the leeward mark. That's second and third. Tom Koenig on the Lazarus. Yesterday, winner of the second race by Kobe jibing. Kurt Mitchell needs a good one today.
Yeah, Vycobi need a good one, and also really good for Tom Koenig to bank another good result after a win yesterday. He'll be moving up the leaderboard considerably.
Yandu jibing back to port, trying to maybe close to a ley line for the mark, which is about 200 metres away.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a good angle there. Should be one and in. Nice easy drop for the boys. Been a great calmness on that boat, Shippo. That's why they're not making mistakes, except for those capsizes before the starts.
No, they're not quite laying down here. They've got
a bit high.
So they've got 2 more jibes.
They're going to do it now. Do it early.
Yeah. Great jibe. In the background, Vycobi got the wriggles up, but Lazarus have closed this up a little bit.
Sure have.
They really have. They've jumped away from Vycobi, so Lazarus clearly second. Yandu jibing to come into the mark. It's a jibe drop. Lazarus will do the same, I would think.
It's a change of course signal on this boat just here, but I don't know what it is.
I would say it would be top mark left, I would suspect, Jimmy. But
direction, yep. So Lazarus,
although I can see the
second.
top mark, it doesn't look like it's changed too much.
So Lazarus right up the exhaust pipe of Yandu. Vycobi clearly third, although Jacob Marks hammering down on the 6th will be 4th. Okay, Vycobi around. There's a hooter coming off a committee vessel. We don't quite know what it is because we're down to leeward. Okay, 6th.
Where it is.
Around. And then next will be Shore and Partners Australia.
You want Dylan to fly the drone over there and have a look for you, Jimmy?
Okay, next around Shore and Partners, a good comeback. Next will be the Bigfoot. After leading for a long way, they've got themselves back a little bit. Next will be Andu USA. And what's the breeze? We've got about 12 to 14 knots, perhaps. The gusts are a little bit, maybe a little bit more.
Only just little rig.
Yeah, change of course to port.
Yeah.
Sounds like a hooter that Perry Como used to walk around with, Shippo.
Sounds like a kazoo.
Perry Como, there's a star and a half. Okay, we're watching Andu drop. Come on, Mr. Americas, away you go. Kitchen Maker behind them. And then Smeg, and then Balmain. Okay, Andu, a little bit untidy, but to be expected. They're around. Inside is Smeg. Outside Kitchen Maker. Next will be Balmain.
Good rounding from Ash Rooklyn because he stayed above the gas from Andu. Andu trying to squeeze him.
GC Sales are next. Then Fisher Paykel, disqualified in one race yesterday. Then Shaw and Partners New Zealand, having done a... Did they do a penalty turn?
They did, yeah.
They did a penalty turn, and then...
Brisbane 18-footers.
Oh, so no, hang on. Was that GC Sales there? Or was that...
Yeah.
So Brisbane 18-footers, yeah. And then the Black Knight having perished near Shark Island. And then Rag and Famish, they're a fair way back. So we've got this little beat, or shortish beat up towards Double Bay. Mark has moved somewhat to the left. And then back to the finishing area. So not much of this race left.
No, and not too many passing lanes in this hot dog leg.
Yandu in command.
Shaw and Partners Australia have split to the left early in an attempt to try and pass. Now he's got about 3 or 4 boats not too far in front of him that he really needs to get through. There's your distances, top left, with the placings.
So it's a bit of a tricky beat. It's pressure up and pressure down. The breeze has gone to the left a little. Yandu leads.
So Vykovi's gone the furthest right. They are showing on the tracker as in the lead, but that will be if they get a good right-hander. If they get a good right-hander,
they have. Maybe the trackers and also Lazarus have done well. I'll take it all back.
Yeah,
Lazarus are across Yandu. I think it could be. It's going to be a go here between Lazarus and Vykovi.
Yeah, they've picked up a big left-hander over there.
Well, the breeze has gone left. That's what the race committee have done. They've moved the mark left, and it's Lazarus, Tom Koenig, showing the way. Get to this weather mark. It's a run to the finish. Oh, he's got a nice jump over Vykovi. There we are. That's the intersection. There's not much of an intersection. Yandu's still going out to the left. So Lazarus have got to cover off 2 boats here. One going hard in the left, one coming across his stern. But that's the race leader. Where's that mark?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, because
it's up here.
Oh, there it is.
Sort of now off the bow of the Cape Otway.
Oh, what's going on here, is he?
Because there's these spectator boats sitting here. I thought they might have been near the mark.
So that's the lineup. Lazarus up to windward. Yandu down to leeward. Well, they've done that well. Lazarus, they were close to Yandu, but we all thought Yandu would...
Look where Shaw and Partners Australia is way down there.
Yeah, well, Keegan had to, I guess, roll a dice.
Yeah.
Had to get back into it with Yandu well ahead of him.
As I said, he needs to pick up a couple of places, so he went the exact opposite to everyone else and rolled the dice.
Well, Lazarus also, they did a penalty turn, didn't they? Did we see them do... Yeah, they did, didn't they? On the run down.
Yeah, I think they did.
They did, yeah, because we said that he's already had one disqualification, so he couldn't afford another one, but this is fairly close, but it's still Lazarus with starboard tack rights and is reasonably high on starboard here. He'll cross Yandu, who's coming back on not a great one, but that marks right up under Point Piper. This is going to be tricky here.
It's in the tricky, gusty area, and they're going to come around and have Cape Otway right in front of them.
This is close. Yandu's not going to take a dip, but he's not far off him here.
Be an early jibe, Jimmy, won't it?
You'd have to think so to get out into Double Bay. So it's probably 2 or 3 boat lengths, so handed back advantage, of course, the starboard tacker when you go back. But Lazarus is tacking up to windward. It's a good battle. Not the greatest attacks because it's light. It's light between these 2 boats and the top mark. That's what we're seeing. Herman winning versus Tom Koenig. And it's super light up here now. Real change of gear required here.
Yeah, this top mark rounding could make or break a few people.
Oh,
very patchy.
With the Cape Otway just downwind of the mark. A lot of spectator boats up here. It's right high under Point Piper. And Yandu is tacked back and across. Quite clearly, Lazarus tacking on their gas, so you'd think they're probably on a ley line. That's what Tom Koenig thinks. So Yandu now back in the lead.
Yeah, Yandu back in front.
Yeah, and stepped away nicely. Bit of an overlay at the moment, but it gets tricky. He's in a puff. Got a good puff to get round in.
What do they do here? We set or jibe set?
Jibe set, wouldn't you?
Tough decision, Shippo.
I'm jibe setting.
Pressure's back on the double
back
bay
behind
side.
us, yeah. What's he going to do? They're going to set?
Yep. They are going to set. Lazarus next. Okay, straight into a bear away. Little do we know. Okay, Lazarus into their work. Nice gap. No, these two have over the third place. So Yandu leads on the run to home at Athol. It's tricky. You can see Lazarus light there.
Yeah, looking at that angle that they're running and where the ship's positioned, that probably is their best option.
Next to come round will be Vycobia in very light airs with 6th in 4th place. It didn't pay for Shaw and Partners. We'll see him in a moment coming in hard from the left. They didn't pick up much there. If anything, probably lost a bit of ground. There's Shaw and Partners Australia, but Yandu are off to Bradley's Head along with Lazarus. The third boat is still to go round, and it's Vycobia just ahead of the Bigfoot. We're watching second. There's this second and third and fourth going round. Vycobia around.
That has been a bit of a game to Shaw and Partners Australia,
Yeah,
Shippo.
maybe it has. They've come in.
No, he's done well.
Yeah, he's probably got himself up to 5th or 6th. Yandu running towards Bradley's. So just a bear away set. 8-6 of the championship. Running to the finish is Yandu.
Won't be far off a jibe here. Will go all the way into Bradley's. They're just about to set up now.
Don't think there's enough runway for Lazarus to make any impression. Yandu jibes. Lazarus just following suit. I think they've got to go into Bradley's. Maybe an early jibe. No. There they go. One crew in and jibe. There it is. They're really just tailing off on Yandu. Follow the leader, unfortunately. That's all they can do.
Yeah, just bank the second. Nothing silly.
And a great race for third off the screen. What we're hearing is we're looking at Shaw and Partners maybe 4th, with Vycobia's just in 3rd. But concentrate on these leaders here. Race 6. Yandu leading them home at 300 or 400 metres from the finish. Breeze in the southeast now of 10 to 12, maybe 14 knots at best.
Yeah, great display from both these two boats. Tom Koenig, after a win yesterday, running on confidence. He's sailed an excellent race, his first race today, and Herman Winning has just shown again today that they can be behind and work their way through the pack. They've been in a short course race, and just their boat speed and their crew work gets them to the front of the fleet.
Okay, there's Bigfoot trying to get into the 3rd spot, but sorry, it's Yandu on the right. Okay, there's the trailing Lazarus. They're well above the finishing line here, so just about to jibe, I think, Yandu. Yes, there they go. There's Bigfoot. Yandu have jibed and running in towards the finish.
Tight battle between Bigfoot and Shaw and Partners.
So Yandu in race 6 will take their 3rd win. Another outstanding performance by this top crew. This boat has really been top shelf in the last few years, and it's continuing on that winning run in this race. So Yandu first, just coming to the finishing line now. They're across. Yandu first. Second will be Lazarus. There are about 50 metres to go. Another good race from Tom Koenig and his team of Mark Chapon and Tim Westwood.
Yep, excellent result.
So the first, a second, a sixth, the 13th and a 9th. They'll now drop their disqualification, which they'll be happy about. And now it's a race for third.
Yeah, that's one of the boats I mentioned, Shippo, that the drop, the discard's going to bring them right up the leaderboard. So
they did a penalty turn as well in that race, but here's a really good go for third. Vicobia a little high on the finish. Bigfoot barreling into leeward. Where are they going? Going high onto Vicobia, but Vicobia will get there. Boy, these boys needed this good performance, and they've got it. Kirk Mitchell, Andrew Stevenson, Daniel Barnett, third.
Yeah, well done to the Vicobia team.
Yeah, they hung in there, and well done to Bigfoot, who'll get fourth. Led for half this race. Dave Hayter is going to be fourth, and just down to leeward to the fast finish, Shaw and Partners Australia. They just couldn't get any four advanced on the finish there.
He did gain a few places on that last lap, though.
And here we go, Dole. Sixth.
And guess what they're going to come?
I think they'll come sixth unless they really stub their toe here. They could drift across. Sixth.
I love it because it just saves confusion.
It does.
Yeah.
We should have every boat named after a number. So sixth to sixth. And then Smeg. Well, he's another that got himself out of a bit of a deep hole.
He came from a mile back, Shippo, so good
and
recovery
also
from Ash and the team.
GC Sales. Keep their hopes alive, I guess. They'll be next, eighth, with the red spinnaker, the borrowed spinnaker. And then barrelling in the kitchen maker. And here's this our Fisher Paykel.
Yeah, he'll get them.
Brett Van Munster. Then kitchen maker. And then next will be Andu. They're going to beat the Germans. Another line there, but I won't use it. Okay. Okay. And 211.
I was going
Black
to.
Knight.
No, I meant not.
Black Knight.
Thanks, Shippo.
Black Knight. And then Balmain. Boy, they're down a little bit again, so not their regatta, that is for sure. Then Shaw and Partners New Zealand.
They also did a penalty turn.
Yeah, they're 14th. 15th Rag. And who's that with the red
Brisbane
shirt?
18s.
16th Brisbane 18. They're all finishing pretty close, aren't they? You know, there's only a couple of minutes between the top 16 boats. Now there's a gap, I think. And we've got
Club Marine will be next in.
Club Marine, but there's the top 10 for a refresh. Yandu, Lazarus, Capital Partners, Vicobia, Bigfoot, Bags and Sails, Shaw and Partners. That's Shaw and Partners Australia. 6th, Smeg, GC Sales, Fisher Paykel, and the Kitchen Maker. Next will be Club Marine, Emma Rankin, who did capsize at the starting line, so she's done a good recovery. They will be 17th. And hello to Speezy. Michael Speezy rang me from California this morning just to check in. And following Club Marine as 18th will be the Royal Oak. There's Emma just jibing to go through. The Royal Oak. Killer Coffee. And then Gotcha for Life. And then there's about 3 more to come after Gotcha for Life. Well, there's the big, there's the Royal Oak. They're just jibed to finish. Killer Coffee got one more jibe to come in. We'll see them in a moment. There's Killer Coffee at the background with a white spinnaker. And Gotcha for Life following them in with a greyish coloured spinnaker. There's Jordan Gertis. Commodore of the 18-footers, Mr. Commodore. And then we've got, next will be Ballard Properties. Beck Hancock. And then 3 more to finish from after that.
There's a couple more right, still working their way up
still
to the
going
top mark, Shippo.
All right, could be
One of
right.
them being Acrana Eatery, and I can't make out the signage on the other.
All right, well, we'll wait till 11 to finish, so we'll do a provisional point score here. Now it's got a bit of meaning.
Yeah.
Shore and Partners Australia get a 5th today, so they will go to 24-17.
There's Beck Hancock coming in. One more last little jibe before they come through. Beck, Cam and Ed have had a little bit of a tough week, but they're getting around the track, and that race is a little bit better for them too. They're not too far behind on the short course. Next in
the bar karate.
Shout out to Jordan Bicey and BP from Bar Karate if you're watching, boys. There's your team from the UK. They're having fun. There's the Vikings. No Spinnaker. They may have a problem.
They didn't race. They went.
That's actually the Bears, isn't it?
Yeah.
So is that Bar Karate? So I'm just doing some mathematics.
Karate. Yep.
So yeah, the Berlin Bears didn't race. They're back out here for the next race. So whatever the breakage
Okay, and
was,
who we
that
got
they went
next
home
with
for,
them?
they're fixed.
So that's
Looks like ASCC will be
It
next.
is. Wow, what a disappointing day race for them.
yeah. Well, that will be their drop. And let's just see here.
There on screen for the viewers is the tracker for the next race. So the tracker from this race will not carry over, so you'll have to re-download that. We might even try and get that up in the 5-minute of the next race as well if we can. And for all the other races throughout the JJs, if you want to scan that code, that'll take you to all the previous races and have a look at all the data and see who's hot and who's not.
For all the data nerds.
Okay,
out
well,
there.
while we're waiting, I must stress this now with a drop. We've got Yandu on 7 points, Shaw and Partners 17, GC Sales 28, and Lazarus on 31. Then followed by Black Knight 37, Smeg 38, and ASCC 39. So a fair gap now, 10-point lead to Yandu. But as I say, provisionally, and let's see if there's any protests or anything untoward might happen overnight once we get back to the beach. But that's how we see it at the moment. A very, very fine win to Yandu, but a very, very good performance from Lazarus. But while we're waiting for the rest of the fleet to finish, I spoke before we hit the water today to our Black Knight friends from Germany, Heinrich.
Well, Heinrich,
Von
good day yesterday
Bern.
for you. Happy with that?
Yeah, we were quite happy yesterday.
Tough conditions. Well, good conditions, wasn't it? Really good breeze.
Yeah, for us, the tough conditions for us are good conditions because they're getting similar to Lake Garda where we normally sail. So that's for us much more normal.
And the harbour, it's difficult, isn't it? I mean, you've been here a few times, but it's never easy.
No, it's never easy, and you really have to be used to it. Coming in from Europe, it takes us quite some time to get used to it. I think we're slowly getting there, but rewatching the races yesterday, I mean, our boat speed was okay. Could have been better. Our positioning sometimes was disastrous, and we ended up quite well, even though we had some good attacks.
So just talk about back home, Lake Garda. You've got another boat over there that you use for the Europeans?
Yes, so this boat is staying here in Sydney. Hopefully we can connect back next year, and we have a very similar boat sitting in Garda.
Right. And sails, do you bring your own sails with you, or are these new sails here?
So this year we were allowed to have 4 new sails, so the mainsail and head sails are new, and we brought our old kites.
Right. And any preference to second rig or first rig?
Definitely the second.
Is it? Yeah. Well, it looks marginal today, I think, on that rig, isn't it? You going with second today?
It looks marginal.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave it another 30 minutes to decide, but the thumbs crossed is gonna be second.
How's your mentor going?
He's
Baz,
I
is he
think
all right?
he's getting better.
Yeah, tough start to the regatta, but I think it's picking up now.
Yeah, good. But yeah, well, yesterday, I mean, Lazarus good in the second race. Yandu's always there, aren't they? They're going to be hard to beat.
They are, I mean, at this stage, they're hard to beat if you look at their results. They're super stable, and I mean, they would have to lose lots of points. They have no discard now, so I think they're very clear favourites.
Yeah, but there's still, 4 races to go.
There are 4 races to go, but usually statistics at some point kick in, and
Yeah.
they're doing a very good regatta, so I don't think that's going to be
Happy with your crew? You're not going to sack anyone halfway through?
No, I think we're all coming together,
that's
shaking
great.
off the rust, and let's hope it's a day like yesterday.
And this crew you use in Europe?
Yeah.
Terrific. All right, well, always good to see you back here. Good luck in the rest of the regatta, and
Thank you.
go well today.
Yeah, see you on the water. Bye-bye.
Well, not a race they will remember today. They had a capsize at Shark Island, and we're waiting still one to finish. Here is it, who we got here?
We've got, that's Akarana
Eatery.
there, and then way off up
Got
near
still one more after
the
that.
Cape Hop Way. Shippo is the Van Navan, the
Vikings. Jasper Bredum, Darren McKavanagh and Ulf Anderson. But anyway, here come the Akarana boys, Akarana Eatery, Monty Alderson, Levi Jenkins and Harry Wilson. They're across. So the breeze is back in a little bit here. It's probably 14 or 15 knots.
It's pretty nice. And not as gusty. Where we are right now, it's filled in.
Sun's come out, clouds have dissipated somewhat. So we'll shortly be underway with the second race today, which will be Heat 7 for the Bill Miller Memorial Trophy. Combined races today will be, the winner will be get the Bill Miller Trophy. Rag and Famish, the race day partners. And of course, the winning group are the overall sponsors of the regatta. Yeah, it's a nice sailing breeze now. Definitely a second sail breeze. I don't think no one's on a big sail.
No, they ended up all on second rig.
Yeah.
And this, the 18-footers bar and restaurant just came up from a capsize and are still trying to make the finish line as well. So they're the
Haven't they
last
finished
two.
yet?
No. Unfortunately, there they are, both on screen.
Both of them and the Vikings, both no spinnakers, making their way
Main
down.
and jib.
Yeah.
Main and jib to the finishing line.
No extras Wednesday, mate, except it's Thursday. Yeah.
Okay, just repeating, if you just joined us, Yandu, the winner of the first race today, Lazarus second, Vycobi third, Bigfoot 4, Shore & Partners Australia 5th and 6th were 6th. Just waiting the start of race 7. We're a little way off that yet because we're still waiting for a couple of boats to finish.
So what did you guys think of that little course format, the shorter course format?
Well, I thought it was pretty good, actually. I mean, they had a couple of decent works, 3 decent works, a couple of good spinnaker runs. I think it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, Hugh was, I know, a bit nervous to throw them out there, but I think they worked quite well.
Well, the breeze direction was perfect for that course. I mean, it's...
Yeah, it worked out pretty well. I'm actually, for championship racing, I don't mind the windward leeward. I know there's fewer passing lanes and stuff like that, but that's just personal preference. I think the sailors probably enjoyed that course because it, throws up some different challenges and more passing lanes. So
I've just seen the course go up. That's the same course, Jimmy, is it? 4 over 3?
Yeah, course 4 over 3.
Well, just run through it again for us, Jimmy, if you've just joined us. It's a bit different.
So we'll be starting down here in Athol Bay. They work their way up to Clark Island to a lade mark. Then a run down to Chowder Bay. Then they work their way up around Shark Island. Then a run down to Athol Bay, off to Clark Island, and then finish down here in Athol Bay. So nice little quick, sort of like a triangle hot dog. You're done.
as we used to say,
Yeah,
triangle hot dog, more figure 8 hot dog, but yeah.
Pizza hot dog if
Something
you're in the
like
US
that.
or something, I'm guessing.
A couple of pizza slices.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, good course, and as Shippo just said, this breeze seems to be settling in nicely now. So the breeze actually looks like it's a bit more steady than it was in the first race. Not as many boats chopping it up too. We don't have any big charter boats in the middle of the course like we did for the start of the last race. So no doubt we'll have a few ferries, but here come our stragglers, the Vikings, about to come in.
Well, the live chat's alive and well. Greg's son has said, my cousin's daughter is dating your nephew. I don't know who that applies to, but anyway, good luck to them.
Your nephew, Shippo?
No, I don't have a nephew.
That he knows of.
So, okay, the last finish is just across.
Maybe my nephew.
So, I will... There's a few funny people on this chat, I must say. There's the last finisher coming to across. 18 footers. No, he's missed the finishing line here. I don't know what he's done.
Well, I think they've timed out because they're on station now, aren't they, Jimmy?
Yeah,
course flags
and there's no hooter there.
Yeah.
So, Greg's son, I can't repeat what you said there. He's a funny fellow, that Greg's son. So someone's skiing somewhere, I saw, watching from Big White Ski Area, which is filled with Australians. Tim in Vancouver. Well, can't help that, Tim. Enjoy it. So thank you. A few people.
I think Mothy Jarvin's over there somewhere.
Yeah, he's over there. He likes the snow, old mothballs. So we've just got the AP going up. Things getting organised. Who's that over the capsize there? Is that the... someone...
18 footers bar and restaurant.
Oh, gee, they make a bit of a habit of that.
They'll be able to, when they retire from this, go join the Careening Cove Swimming Club on board the... which one was that one? The old vintage 18? Is that the Allruth, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Luca Gambacordi and his team of Nick Livermore and Max Herskovics. So there's the committee vessel. Still got the AP, well, the AP flag is up. Course is a short course. And
I think it's just AP just goes up just to shorten everyone up and get everyone closer to it, and then everyone knows when that comes down, 6 minutes.
Good breeze now that's up. A lot of white caps looking from the starting area at Athol up to Double Bay. Now that worked out quite well, that windward mark the last time, didn't it? We thought it was a bit far on the left.
And it looks like it's in the same spot, Shippo. So they will be able to set a kite and get over the Otway this time. Go over it rather than under it.
Well, we're in Athelbite, just near the Taronga Park Zoo, if you don't know Sydney Harbour. Wonderful, world-famous zoo behind us. And the fleet are just all hovering and waiting for signals to come for race 7. And there they are. As the Hooters, the AP's down, so we're a minute away. So one more race to go today, and then 2 more over the weekend. One Saturday, one Sunday. And the question will be, can anyone get close enough to Yandu to take the title away from them? The defending champion, but with Tom Needham, steered it last year to victory, and the year before, the same boat, Mick Lane was the JJ champion.
Yeah, if they get another solid result in this second race, they're going to be hard to beat. Yeah. You know, their worst score at the moment's a 7. They're dropping that. As long as they keep finishing in that top few, they pretty much have this in the bag. Yeah. A couple of days out, but you never know. Strange things happen in 18 footers. Let's not get too ahead
of ourselves. The breeze is a little bit stronger as the flags go up, and I'd say we've got a good 15 knot plus here. It looks more solid, doesn't it?
Looks nice, and a little bit left. So where that mark, where that top mark was moved to, is probably where they'll leave it, I think.
Yeah, good beat. So we go up to the top mark near Point Piper on the harbour, then down to Chowder Bay.
There's a tracker on screen for the viewers at home for the race 7.
and having this second race today gets our program back on track as well. We were having one race today, so this is technically the race that we missed on Tuesday, wasn't it? I've lost track of days, Jimmy.
No,
Yeah, Tuesday.
Just
Tuesday.
shuffle it along and we catch up. It's okay.
Yeah, it was Tuesday. We dropped one.
Tuesday.
There's a boat
And today we
capsize,
gained one.
which is Vycovie. Just getting themselves up. And hate to,
Just checking for weed on the centreboard.
I'm just don't want to bring very bad news, but Saturday looks very light at the moment.
It does,
Forecast
Shippo,
under
yeah.
10 knots. Don't like the look of that, but anyway, not much we can do about it. We'll try hard to get better breeze, but I don't think at the moment we're seeing that on the forecast. But today we've got a good breeze.
And Friday, our day off,
Yeah,
looks like an absolute
ripper.
cracker.
It's not a river breeze.
So, yeah, I might get a few chores done and go for a windsurf. If anyone wants to join me.
No, I'm busy.
Trimming the hedge and mowing the lawns, are you, Pete?
Funny you should say that, Jimmy. This weather, the grass grows literally while you watch it. But
Yes, it does.
anyway, 3 minutes to go. I'd rather be watching yacht racing, that's for sure, or skiff racing. So 3 minutes away from the start of Heat 7 of the JJ Championships. Yandu firmly in control of the point score, leading by 10 points from Shaw and Partners Australia, and GC Sales still provisionally third. And what's this starting line look like? We're looking at...
They haven't changed it, but it looks quite pin deep still. So breeze is a little bit left, so it should be fairly true to the breeze, I think.
I think last time we saw Bigfoot and Andu get away well at the starting line. I think they were down towards the pin. The boats that started up at the committee boat didn't do all that well. They got across to the right quickly.
Andu started up at the committee boat end, but they sailed all the way to Bradley's Head.
Andu did they?
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a ferry coming in from Manly, but he'll be across the fleet just with 2 minutes to go.
Sydney Harbour wedding cake is reading 18 to 22 knots.
South or southeast?
South.
South, yep, that looks pretty true here. We've got plenty of breeze, a little bit more than the first race today with 1:40 to go. That ferry will be across. And who we got down at the pin at the moment? We've got Emma Rankin down there in the Club Marine. The Gotcha for Life is down there, 1.5 minutes.
Yandu
in the
looking
middle.
for the bottom, sort of middle to bottom.
Yeah. Lazarus getting up towards the weather end. Balmain down towards the leeward end. And Shaw and Partners in the middle. Lazarus right up here at the windward end, still on port. Plenty of room to go back, but there's still a minute to go. Club Marine lonely down the pin.
I hope Club Marine and Gotcha for Life have got a plan, because their plan at the moment
Doesn't look too
looking
good.
too
No.
good.
GC Sails up to windward. There's Rag and Famish to windward.
I know the CEO from Club Marine is out on the spectator ferry today to watch the racing.
Oh, there's good breeze here. Good breeze as 30 seconds to go. It's whistled up a bit.
If Emma gets rumbling now, she might be able to pull it off. But they're back from the line a bit, and they want to pull the trigger.
Shaw and Partners getting advanced. Yandu, I can't see, they're boxed in. Lazarus handy at the windward end. Yeah, Emma Rankin down there. She could be okay.
Go.
8 seconds. Oh, it's going to be close. She's got enough room to come down. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I thought there's someone. Oh, there's a capsize. Right. No, there's one
Berlin
hooter.
Bears.
Berlin Bears. Real good tumble.
Oh,
Dear, oh dear, that is spectacular. Capsize. That is something else. They really did well, but someone was well advanced. I couldn't see who it was.
Club
one.
Marines capsized.
Club Marine is capsized. ASCC and Irons. There's Club Marine. Rag and Famish are going back. Andu going back. That's Andu, not Yandu. Andu.
I could see more of the boats than just Club Marine, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'll keep an eye on the flag, Jimmy, if you drive
Flag
the boat.
is still up. Okay, we're away. All the top contenders going away on starboard. Shore and Partners and Yandu close. Shore and Partners up on Yandu's hip, but Yandu's got clear air down there. And above him, there's Fisher Paykel, Brett Van Munster, and above them is the Brisbane 18-footers. We're away to Bradley's for the leading group. Sixth, nicely positioned, good start. But up to windward. The Brisbane boys doing a fine job.
Okay, individual reef call flag has gone down, so
Rag and Famish went back.
Andu
went back.
and
Was it Club
and
Marine?
Club Marine.
Okay,
Yeah.
so everyone's in play, although those boats are a long way back now. So this is the group got into the left. Vykobi taking the stern of Fisher Paykel. Shore and Partners, there's Yandu. Across them are the Brisbane 18-footers. And up to windward, just off camera, is sixth. Smeg also handily placed. There's the beautiful Bradley's Head. Look at that water around Bradley's Head. Looks terrific. And they're bouncing off Bradley's now. This left-hand group look fairly strong. They're a little bit higher than the boats that went out in the middle. It's Brent Van Munster coming in about
He's
going right into the point.
He's going to push in here as far as he can. There's still plenty of water under his fin. About to set up and go.
51 years young, he tells me. Feeling every bit of it.
He's only a young bloke. He keeps whinging to me. I'm like, come on, bloke.
Terrific bloke, great boat builder. He's away on the top of the screen, but this is the leading group from the left.
Yeah, the left shift right now, and
Looks
Brisbane
strong.
18-footers, Yandu sixth and Fisher Paykel. They're really cashing in on that. I think it's going to be very interesting when we see these far right boats come back. Looks like Eli Leifting in Shore and Partners, New Zealand, leading the right-hand group back.
Just heard from the starter shipper, the only two boats that were over were Club Marine and Andu, and both went back, so all clear now.
Yeah,
So
flag
Rag
went
didn't
down.
have to go back.
Rag didn't have to go back, and apologies to Rag that we nearly chopped in half as we took off and they bore away straight at me, so sorry to the boys.
Head to head.
Well, that's the news you don't want, isn't it, to go back when you weren't over. But anyway, that's boat racing, as they say. But coming out of the right, Lazarus is firmly positioned as well. But there's Lazarus, Shore and Partners. But six there. Shore and Partners coming across. We'll get across Smeg and Balmain.
Yeah, Shore and Partners is going to try and chip out to the left-hand side. There is pressure, so he's about to come on across our bow, and there's pressure coming down out of Double Bay, isn't there, Shippo?
Yeah, well, that mark is back to where it was the first time in the first race. I think it's in the middle of Double Bay,
Yeah.
between Point Piper and Shark Island. It was much further to the left the last beat in this first race, but Keegan York just tacking on the Shore and Partners, and not far off a lay if he gets a bit of left-handed gas, but it's tricky up here again. Lazarus, there's Shore and Partners, New Zealand, and Yandu.
Yandu leads, Shippo.
Yes, they do. They do, by plenty. So early into this race, they've absolutely streaked them again. Only boat up on the left, we can't see him at the moment. Well, top of screen is Lazarus. So there's Yandu.
And they've done one tack. So a lot of boats have done a lot of chipping
Yeah.
away here, and they've
Off the
done
line,
one tack.
tack to Bradley's,
Yeah.
long port to Clark Island, hit a ley line and in, maybe go up in two.
They just put their bow down and went fast.
Boy, this boat is good, but you've got to sail it well, and they're doing that. They know how to make it go.
And I think they will. They'll probably tack off Clark Island and
Yeah.
lay this in one. So they've done that beat in two tacks.
So So there's Clark Island, not far off attack, I would think. Go a little bit further. Oh, they're going a fair way. Still going. 3, 2, 1. Almost there, surely. Still going.
Just
Now they go.
getting another update through from our PRO shipper. The course will be short to Clark Island a second time. Cruise ship due out at 16:30, so in half
We'll
an hour.
finish at the top here.
Finish at the top here.
Yeah.
It's an even shorter race.
So no hot dog. And I'm actually going to get the stopwatch out for you, Shippo, because I think for the first time today we might have a margin. It's been pretty close.
So, sorry, Jimmy, just repeat that. It's going to shorten it where?
Right
Here.
Oh, here.
Yeah,
Okay.
Clark Island the second time. So from here down to Chowder, Shark Island, Athol, finish here at Clark Island.
So no run back to the finish. They'll finish
Correct.
on the breeze.
Yeah.
Okay, Yandu leads by plenty again. And who's got himself into second? I think it's New Zealand.
I think, yeah.
New Zealand, Eli Lifting and the Shore and Partners. New Zealand, Yandu are around and on their way to Chowder. Main and jib at the moment, reaching. I just don't think it'll probably go high. That Cape Otway is
Right in the wrong place.
right in the wrong place. Okay, the Yandu boys are into their work now. Okay, Brisbane 18-footers third, Fisher Paykel 4. So the left paid, Lazarus 5, 6th, hello, 6th the 6th.
It was 20 seconds already between first and second, Shippo.
Okay, Shore and Partners Australia are next. Then who's after them? It's a big group.
The Royal Oak, if they lay this mark.
Yeah, Hugo Stoner, he's getting himself in there. Round the outside of him, GC Sales.
Lazarus and Shore and Partners have elected to go to weather of the Cape Otway.
Okay.
As a few others by the looks of it.
Kitchen Makers round, Smegs around, GC Sales around. Yeah, a couple going to windward of the Cape Otway. Now the Black Knights around. Who are we missing? We're missing ASCC. They're next around. Then Balmain. Following Balmain. The Bigfoot. But we're off to Chowder Bay and Yandu trying to get round Bradley's Head. Very similar to last time down here. Now,
Yeah, I think if you've got enough pressure to two-sail with 3 strings across the top of Otway, it's a good decision.
well, it's a bit light up here. The higher you go up, a bit lighter under the lee of Point Piper. But Lazarus have done a pretty good job by going above Cape Otway, the boat that is.
Yeah, both
Look at
Lazarus,
Smeg, it nearly capsized to windward.
Lazarus and Shore and Partners Australia will be able to run deep and fast, faster than the boats to leeward of them. Lazarus is just getting carted now, though, aren't they? They're in big pressure.
So Yandu's still hanging on to the chute in the lead. Shore and Partners New Zealand throwing it at him down there at Taylor's Bay. They're all on screamers trying to get round Bradley's and they're all negotiating. No one's dropped their spinnaker yet.
Shore and Partners New Zealand have
Very
managed to
high.
hold a higher lane, so
That's Yandu way down to leeward.
they are getting carted. Now, Shore and Partners New Zealand go bow down. They're in the big pressure now.
That's first and second. Yandu getting a bit ready to drop, I would think. They'll drop it. 2 sail. Oh, they're hanging into it now. They're putting the bow up. This is hard work on the crews here. Now, Shore and Partners are getting a puff. Dropping down onto Yandu's line.
I think all the ferries are working it out, Shipper. They're
Yeah,
all
they're-
taking evasive action around, which is
That's
awesome
great.
to see.
There's a great run down here. Yandu streaking away, but hanging into them is Shore and Partners New Zealand, and also the Brisbane 18-footers in third spot. Yandu dropping now. Running out of water. Shore Partners New Zealand a lot higher than Yandu. They'll hang on a bit longer. Now Yandu, great crew work, spinning her down very tidy. They'll scoot around, shout ahead now and head for the turning mark. Yandu in front. Now Shore Partners behind them, dropping their chute.
The Shore Partners New Zealand all regatta have been in their drops. They do the fire, everything. Everything they throw it on.
This one,
Yeah,
throw everything.
and you might remember last year that ended up being an absolute disaster for them when they were sailing ASCC. Remember were they second in a race and they ended up nearly last, right near the finish.
Okay, well Yandu will lead here. It's just a main jib reach to the mark, which is about 80 metres away, and then they'll go up on the wind to Shark Island.
So yeah, the majority of crews gather the foot and throw the tack line, and some crews who are very
Just
brave throw everything at
Let
once.
everything go. Now all the skiffs, the leading skiffs have dropped their spinnakers. This is the leading one, Yandu.
Oh, coming in hot too,
Yeah,
aren't
and
they?
good breeze.
Good pace.
Oh, they're away up to Shark Island. Lead about 10 or 12 seconds. Shore and Partners New Zealand having their best race of the series. They're around. So not much change there on that.
Margin's about the same.
Third will be Lazarus has got himself third. Well, he's around. Then sixth, they've got themselves to fourth. And Keegan York's got Shore and Partners Australia.
He's hanging
into
on.
fifth. Yeah.
He really needs to catch those front two that are just in front of him.
Then the Brisbane 18s, they've done well. So the lead down to, it's about 70 metres. And then a little bit of a gap then. Who's the next boat? It's the GC Sails.
Yep.
So they were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th.
And then the Black Knight, I think, will be next in.
Yeah,
GC
Black Knight.
He's not showing on our tracker, but anyway, he will be next, the Black Knight. Kitchen Maker doing some turns, I think.
No, they ended up high again.
Did they? Wow.
Yeah, it's
saw them coming back on port. I thought, some of the boats are right in Taylor's Bay, some of the tail enders.
Really deep, yeah.
And there's Smeg next around, Fisher Paykel behind them, and then Balmain and the Kitchen Maker. So Smeg around, Brett Van Munster and the Fisher Paykel around, then Henry Larkins and Balmain, Kitchen Maker, and next will be ASCC. Yeah,
Well, they've had a
back.
disappointing day, haven't they, the ASCC? Big slip on the leaderboard for them today.
So all the leaders have stood out on starboard, out to mid-harbour, and now going back on port, except Balmain's tacked early and a couple of others have also. But Yandu, that was his track, go out about 300 or 400 metres towards Nielsen Park, tack onto port and then going up towards the middle of Rose Bay. So after ASCC, we've got Andu. They had to go back. Vycobi, then Ballard Properties.
Gotcha for life.
Gotcha for life. Akarana Eatery.
Club Marine.
Killer Coffee. And then Rag and Famish. Someone else down to Leeward. Oh, the
Bigfoot.
Mm.
Jeepers, after a great race in the last race.
He's deep, but we're upwind in about 12 to 16 knots of south-southeasterly breeze. The beat to Shark Island, then the run back to Athol, and then the beat to the finish. Yandu in control of Heat 7 today after winning Heat 6 a little earlier. Putting a real stamp on this championship at the moment.
Berlin Bears there on screen.
Flying down. There's one boat capsized down there also, I think, isn't there?
Red boat, I'd
Red
have
hull.
it at a guess, being an old Tech 2. That's the Barcarati boys.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Oh, they've been sailing with a smile on their face too. They've enjoyed it. So there's Balmain. I'd say they're at a disappointing regatta.
Boats pushing very hard out to the right.
Yeah.
Both the Shore and partners pushing very hard out to the right. And Yandu's coming back over to that side just to keep himself between his opposition.
Cover off on them.
Both of them just tack now.
It's going to be fairly close, I think. But there's the two Shore and partners. New Zealand left, Australia right. It's just showing that Yandu's marginally ahead. From where we are, I think we'll see the intersection in a moment. There's 6 going up. They're behind Shore and partners. Yandu have tacked short, or are they in front? Yandu, I think they are just there. There's the 3. Good race. Again.
Yeah, Yandu will lead them back into Rose Bay. I think he's got just a pretty neat little cover on Shore and Partners New Zealand there. And they have a lot of pressure there, Shippo.
Yeah, Keegan York's done a good job in Australian Shore and Partners. He's closed it right up here. And coming out of the left also have done very well. GC Sales. You'll see him in a moment. He's right in contention for the top 3 here. There he is. Scotty Cunningham. They've really got a wriggle on.
Sure has.
Came out of the left.
He'll be up into second, I think.
Will he cross Shore and Partners Australia? They'll see the close up in a moment here. Shore and Partners Australia right away. And I think
it's going to be close.
Shoulders back, Scotty, get there.
Yeah, he will get there.
He'll swing it
with
out.
Plenty in hand. Gee, he's come from the clouds. This is a good performance from GC Sales. Provisionally 3rd on the point score.
Great tactics up that little bit of the work.
They were 8th in the first race today, but the breeze is the best we've seen. It's about 15, 16 knots approaching Shark Island. It's a good big split here. It's hard to cover off on anyone. Everyone's going which way with which. GC Sales coming up to Shore and Partners New Zealand. Had to tack under him. So Shore and Partners New Zealand, I'd say, would still be second. Shore and Partners, here's Keegan York, Australia, going into the left. They want this left-hander that is often the case up here in this breeze. Go into the shore. He can almost get to a ley line. And just above him, that's what Yandu's doing, Herman winning. But out in the middle, oh, he's tacked. I think he sees the boats out on his hip high in the right. I think Shore and Partners New Zealand, oh, they're not coming back on anything great. A race in 4.
Shore and Partners Australia just going that bit further, trying to hook into that left-hand lift we often see, which probably will get him into a ley line.
Yandu off camera's in a beaut left-hander. There's Shore and Partners just tacking. Yandu will see him in a moment. There he is. Really got a little jump there. He got that left-hander now. That's the mark in front of them.
Oh, she's got a nice little left-hander now.
Yeah, the GC Sales and Shore and Partners New Zealand will cross Shore and Partners Australia, but all eyes on Yandu, not laying at the moment. Just a lovely sailing breeze, flat water. Very little interference from spectators or yachts. He's doing it in fine style. He won this first race today and is leading the second race.
He's just hooked into a fantastic lift. Herman winning. He probably won't be far off laying at Shippo, but I expect he'll get headed soon. But at the moment, he's on the edge of a nice lifting gust.
What's happened behind here is that all in high left here, if Shore and Partners Australia, which is the left of those 3, can lay, he's going to probably be second. They're all way over the mark at the
They've
moment.
overstood. Yeah.
That's what's happened. But
Breeze has shifted left.
there's GC Sales on the right, then Yandu well ahead. Shaw and Partners New Zealand, Shaw and Partners Australia, but GC Sales now looks high, but they're all holding height, and Yandu coming in on a terrific lay line. If he maintains this, he will lay and lead again by plenty. He's going to do this, I think, easy. Now, there'll be these sheets in a moment, in a good little puff. Oh, he's gear now, and Yandu by plenty. Absolutely plenty. He's around and on his way back towards Athol. Just having a look. Louis break in, going to get into some work with the Spinnaker, I think. Louis has a look. I say, let's go. Fang pulling for all he's worth.
Polished team.
Yeah.
Next in will be Shaw and Partners.
Sure. Australia, yeah. GC Sales and Shaw and Partners New Zealand overcooked that mark. As often happens, you get up in the left. Okay, Keegan York second. Well, he's second on the points. But can he catch Yandu? It's a long lead now.
30 seconds, Shippo, it was.
Wow. So just run to Athol, then the finish at Clark Island. Shaw and Partners around New Zealand, then GC Sales fourth. Well, that'll keep them in touch in the point score. Then a fair gap then to sixth and Lazarus. And then Black Knight.
And the kitchen maker as well in that mix back there.
He is.
They're doing really well.
Lockie Steele. Smeg back a little. Balmain back a little. Okay, we're away. And,
Oh, Shippo.
no, I can't talk about this. I cannot talk about this. Just nicely in front of Yandu. See it in a moment.
So I think this is a gold medal performance.
Yandu's got a rag to get over it.
There it
Yeah,
is.
just stay there. Just don't move.
I think that might be your yearly winner, Shippo. Best of the
That's
year.
a good. Well, he's on the podium, that idiot.
Best of the year.
Yeah, just don't move. No idea about sailing at all. And next I have a problem with Keegan York. Keegan will give him what's for. Spectators will hear some colourful language in a moment, I would think. Struggling to get round the stern. They will get round the stern. He's just idling away, minding his own business, not. So, Shaw and Partners just getting round the stern of that cruise boat, but Yandu leads the way in a good gust, about halfway down the run to Athol.
Keegan York in second on Shaw and Partners Australia, left to screen.
We're right in the cockpit of Yandu, and this is Precision Plus. Just look at this. Precision Plus from our drone operator, but Precision Plus from the crew as well.
Oh, the Yankee Express will be
A bit frothy.
Frothy in the... Frothy. Look at that. Fantastic.
Keegan York giving chase, but unless Yandu makes a big mistake, they're just going to have to settle for second place, I think.
A couple of jibes left. Although Yandu's got a really nice header to get down in here. He's got the bow right down. He's a few waves to negotiate from another friendly powerboat knot. There he goes, up and down. Shaw and Partners getting pretty high up behind him. So Yandu, good soak there.
Yeah, he did good gain in getting that depth. Shaw and Partners have just picked up some pressure now, and they're now matching the deep angle.
Yeah, they're rolling down nicely here.
Yeah, they were a bit
Keegan
bow
York.
up, but they're off again now. They're not giving up, these boys. Whoa. Absolute stonking ride.
Yandu ahead of them, jibed, I think. Yes, they have. They've jibed and they've got one more to come in. Shaw and Partners, 2 jibes left. And then they round this mark and then up to the finish. Shortened course, finish at Clark Island, the Double Bay area.
Yeah, good decision, I think, from Keegan, just hanging on a bit longer. He was in good pressure. He's jibing on to good pressure.
Really
here.
lovely jibe on the Shaw and Partners.
Grey blue. Good pressure, Shaw and Partners is in now. Don't tear up your tickets, folks.
They've opened away from the 3rd boat, which is Shaw and Partners, New Zealand. These two have it to themselves. Yandu jibing and down pressure. Keegan York barrelling in with pressure. This is close. Old Keggles is doing his best here to close this right up.
I said he jibed on an absolute beauty. It's just a bit undercooked on this mark. He's had to drop a bit early.
Yandu dropping.
But it's going to be good. They'll get that shoot away nice and tidy and bang in a 2-sail jibe here.
Can they get inside them? No, they trying for it. No, Yandu around. This is closed right up. Okay, the beat to the finish. So what can Keegan York do now to try and dethrone Yandu? It's going to be difficult, very difficult.
That was his shot, and he did a great job at it.
So Shaw and Partners, New Zealand 3rd. Black Knight are probably into the 4th spot. Lazarus 5, and then GC Sail. So it's a big go for 4th, really. But Yandu leads. Shaw and Partners, New Zealand in 3rd spot, jibing to come into the mark. And after GC Sales will be 6th. Lazarus a 5th. That's Kitchen Maker and the Brisbane 18-footers. But we're watching, we're close to the 2 leaders. But Yandu have jumped away from Shaw and Partners.
Shaw and Partners, New Zealand going around the bottom bar.
They're 3rd, but here's the 2nd place.
Straight away we come on a wind, Shippo, and Yandu's just got that inch of pace.
Yeah, I think Keegan's got to throw something out. Oh, just a really good puff here. He's just hanging on.
That was a real squirrely little gust there.
He's far enough away from 3rd spot, whether he can split away from Yandu, but they're heading back on Port Tack. That's the problem. Well, you could go back on that and go out to the left, perhaps.
If he tacks, Herman's going to tack with him. But Herman's heading towards a good puff coming. Yeah. So we're a little bit down now. They've got to get to that pressure. I think once Yandu gets to that pressure, they'll tack.
Yeah, Keegan's working out on the hip of Yandu. Yandu probably got him where he wants him to be. Now Yandu's coming round his bow a little. Getting out fairly well to the right here.
Yeah, now that Shaw and Partners have settled into their work, they're starting to hold their own. But just in that changing of gears around the bottom mark, Yandu managed to just step out 50 metres.
And not much wind coming out. There's a couple of puffs, but it's down pressure at the moment. Well, that's the leaderboard. Yandu, Shaw and Partners, Australia, then New Zealand. Black Knight's not in on that board. GC Sales are 4th. We think Black Knight might be close to 4th, but we'll see that shortly when we get towards the finishing line. But they're on their way to the finish, a shortened course. They won't go back to Athol to the finish.
The Black Knight is in 4th and they could soon be 3rd.
Okay, well, Shaw and Partners Australia have tacked. Yandu surely will tack with them. Still extending in towards Rushcutters Bay. The fair split now as Yandu tacks. Yeah, they've opened up a pretty good lead here. Nice breeze coming out of Double Bay and Rushcutters Bay. We're halfway up the beat. That's 3rd and 4th. Germans getting up on the hip of New Zealand here. It's their favourite rig. They've said that. Heinrich said they like the number 2 rig.
Well, unfortunately for Shore and Partners Australia, a ferry's just gone through and put a loose cover on them, and
Yeah.
Yandu's to weather of it. That's not going to help.
So, remembering this is the finish. So the 7th heat is winding down, but it's winding up for Yandu. They won the first race, heat 6 today. They look pretty close to winning heat 7. Oh, Shore and Partners really suffered there in the lee of the ferry.
Yeah, they've tacked out because there was just disturbed air off that ferry.
Yeah.
Really hurt them.
Really opened the door here again for Yandu. It's a big gap now. 300 metres from home.
Tell you what I'm seeing up at the finish, which is going to confuse punters unless they move the finish buoy, which is tracking on its way home. Because if they blow the hooter, some sailors, not thinking straight, are going to go that side. Which
Yeah, but in saying that, they are sailing the course.
yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying if they're not thinking straight, that could possibly be a problem for someone.
Sailors think straight, don't they?
Oh, all the
We
time.
do.
Yeah.
We do.
Especially after a night out at the Shipwright Arms Hotel.
Yeah. Or the Middle Harbour 16-foot Skiff Club.
The checkered mark is doing the little mark who could thing. It is chugging up the bay there at about a knot. So. Yeah.
Okay, spectator craft are gathering round the finishing line to watch Yandu coming to the finish to get begun, we think, in a race 7. And now it's going to be very difficult to anyone else to get a look in at this championship, we think. So there they are. We're in the cockpit of Yandu. This champion boat, this champion team are doing it again.
I've had to put in a few tacks just in this last little
it's
bit
got
to get up. It's very patchy and shifty up near this top mark.
Light, lucky to be 10 knots here. But they got enough in hand.
They will see the boat here and realise what's going on, and they are flying the correct flag.
So they're about 80 metres from the finish. Well, if he goes round this mark and thinks he's got to go back, he'll, as Dolly said, that will get him through the finishing line.
He's probably looking at the spectator fleet.
Yeah, so get out of the way. Start to abuse them.
Then,
I know his father would be abusing them if he was sailing.
The finish marks still trying to chug home, but it's in
They'll work
line
it
with
out.
the boat.
They're just tacking now. It's light here. Very, very puffy, but they've tacked on a nice one. So Yandu coming in to win heat 7. 4th win of the championship for them to go with their 2 second placings. Yandu gets it. Yandu wins heat 7. Another very polished, outstanding effort. Good, clean start and relied on that boat speed and boat handling and tactics and got the job done. So 2 wins today. Gee, wouldn't want to bet against them now winning this title.
Yeah, but to his credit, you know, the only real challenger, Keegan York, Inshore and Partners with Max Paul and Tom Anderson.
Yeah, good performance.
They've minimised the damage by climbing their way back into second.
Not that far behind either. Great effort from Keegan. So he gets a second to go with his 5th in the first race. And the Shore and Partners will get 3rd. So 2nd and 3rd for the Shore and Partners. So Shore and Partners New Zealand 3rd. Where are we going from here? We've got A few boats coming from different sides of the course.
Yeah, Black Knight probably, I think, will be next in.
Okay, so Shore and Partners, Eli Lifting, that's very good performance from these boys after some rather disappointing results. So the good race for fourth, the Black Knight. They look as though they'll get fourth here, coming in on port, laying through, and then tacking behind them. Fifth will be sixth.
Just to confuse us.
Yeah, Black Knight across. I didn't. It was
Close port and starboard between
very close.
Lazarus and GC
I saw
Sails.
a bit of a dip then, but anyway, sixth are across in fifth position.
Oh, Lazarus
that's
doing a penalty.
Yeah, they were naughty there.
And
Okay.
once again, they've already got a
Oh, they're
DSQ.
capsized.
Oh, no.
No, dear, oh dear. So GC Sails across in sixth. So GC Sails had to dip them on starboard. Lazarus realised what was happening, went to do a penalty turn and capsized. Wow. That is disappointing. Next will be Lockie Stool and the Kitchen Maker. Then the Brisbane 18s, I think. Brizzy 18s. Lazarus still capsized. So Brisbane 18s will be next. And then coming out from on port, quick finishing Smeg for ninth. Smeg, Lazarus trying to get up. They should get this up, and don't think anyone else will pass them.
Who's that coming in from the far side?
ASCC over here
Jimmy.
to the
Balmain,
right.
I think. Yeah. Yep. ASCC Balmain coming in from the other side.
Lazarus, don't need a bailer, boy. They just got to get that boat tacked. Here they come. Oh, Jim. They're going to lose one here, maybe two. Okay, Lazarus just got him rumbling. And ASCC are going to beat these two, I think, coming in from port.
Something going on Lazarus.
Yeah, they're all over the shop.
Spinnaker's out to leeward.
ASCC, 10th. Not a bad recovery. Oh, Balmain. Oh.
Yeah,
Balmain for mine.
Got
Yep.
them, actually. ASCC will be 11th. Balmain, 10. Poor old Lazarus still in irons.
Yeah. Young Tim Westwood just fishing the
Oh,
Spinnaker
dear.
out of the tide.
That is a very, very disappointing end there for them. Vycobi next. A mixed day, a third and a 12th. Then Fisher Paykel. Brett. Still Lazarus in irons.
ASCC and Vycobi did make a little bit of a recovery there because heading down to Chowder, sorry, thanks Jimmy. They were really deep, weren't they? They were nearly at the back of the fleet.
Lazarus about to go around and come across in 14th position. And next is, I think, USA, Andu USA. So I'll get you guys to keep an eye on these guys, and I'll do a rough count, as they
Crunch the
say.
numbers.
So they'll go to 8, Yandu. Shore and Partners will go to 19. So they'll count
And last tack to get into the finish here.
6, 11.
That's probably going to be... Andrew's still got a lay. Is that Killer Coffee, is it, Jimmy?
Yeah, Killer
Yeah.
Coffee or Gotcha for Life having the race of their life.
Yes, indeed. Hetzel still in one piece and bringing her home. But here comes Andu USA. Once again, those boys have really excelled themselves.
Okay, Andu, well, that gets them into 15th spot. Another good day for that crew. And who we got here? Smeg, where did they finish? Smeg, 9th.
Killer Coffee, are they going to lay this?
They've got a wave under them.
They
She's
have.
getting them there, just.
And then Gotcha for Life
So Killer
Coffee
next in
next.
Shippo.
Okay, Killer. Oh, gotcha for life.
Bad tack jib off, which has allowed Emma Rankin in
Club Marine. Well, she
to
gets
sneak
across
in
7.
next.
She had to go back, didn't she, at the start? Or was
Yes,
that
she did.
so many races I can't remember. Okay, gotcha for life. That's a good outing for them. Got a rumble indeed. Yeah, gotcha there. Then
There's going to be close between the Bigfoot
no,
and the Royal
Bigfoot
Oak.
have got it.
Bigfoot. Well, they're not there yet, but yes, they will.
Bigfoot.
That's
And
a
then-
disappointing one for them.
Yeah, Bigfoot, and then the Royal Oak, 20. Then Ballard, Beck Hancock, 21st. And then a fair gap, I think.
On way down course, and I know they did go back to that start
Rag
and
and
nearly
Famish.
had a
Yeah.
collision with us, but Rag and Famish, geez, they're a long way back.
No, we're having a bit of a swim over on the run from Shark Island down to Athol.
To Athol, right.
So there's
Just-
3 there in the sunset, which I can barely make out.
And 2 down towards the bottom mark still as well.
42.
Apologies, we're looking straight into the sun. It's very hard for us to tell who's who. I did see
So I think the first one here that we're on, that's the Vikings,
Yep.
maybe? Yep.
Akarana back behind them. Akarana
behind them, and then Rag behind them, and the ship that Hugh Lester warned us about, it's just backing out of its berth at the Overseas Passenger Terminal in Sydney Cove, or as people know it as Circular Quay.
Well, while we're waiting, provisionally I must stress, on points I've got Yandu, this is with a drop, Yandu 8, Shaw and Partners 19, that's Shaw and Partners Australia, GC Sales 34, then Black Knight 41, Lazarus 42, I think 42, not 100% sure on that. No, maybe more, 45. And then, yeah, so I think the top 4 are Yandu, Shaw and Partners Australia, GC Sales and Black Knight. Then then probably Smeg, ASCC and Lazarus. So there it is, Dolly. It's a fair margin at the top with 2 heats to go.
Yeah, there's the Vikings just beating Akarana Eatery across the line. And soon we will have the Rag and Famish. Yeah, Shippo, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but it is sort of one hand on the trophy. Keegan York really the only one who can challenge in Shaw and Partners, and they will need Yandu to have 2 bad races. Maybe it's quite possible they could pick up a DSQ. They could break something. As you mentioned, mate, Saturday is right now. The forecast is looking pretty terrible. So let's wait and see. We've got a long course on each day. But yes, Saturday, very changeable conditions as far as direction and strength go. That's a sick easterly.
Well, that's the sort of weather could upset apple cart, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
But
yeah.
you'd have to say that Yandu, as you say, one hand on the trophy. So I think from a very nice Sydney Harbour, as the couple of stragglers coming in, we'll probably say farewell. We look forward to being back with you on Saturday afternoon, Sydney time, 2:45. Local time is the start. We'll be on the air at about 2:15. So thanks to the team behind the scenes here.
Again, great job, boys.
Fantastic shots from our camera work from the camera cat and from our drone. So I know you enjoy it. We certainly enjoy bringing it to you. So from the camera cat, I'll say good afternoon and look forward to your company on Saturday afternoon. Peter Shipway saying a very good afternoon from a lovely Sydney Harbour.